friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am co-hosting with Brenda at Monner's Market for the Bloom with Grace Challenge, and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Brenda, and I'm happy to have you here as well. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I used one of these little ornaments that I got from Walmart, some napkins I got from Amazon, and this house that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by using my Waverly antique wax and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to brush that wax all over the side of the house and on the front part of that trim, as well as the inner part of the trim. And once I brush some of this on, then I'm going to use a paper towel to wipe off the extra so that it just kind of lightens it up a little bit. I was wanting it to look a little more like the little ornament. And then after that, I took this napkin, and it was a 3-ply napkin, so I'm just tearing the front piece off from the 2 back pieces, because we're going to Mod Podge, and of course you want to make sure that you don't have those back pieces. Then after that, I trimmed it down to fit inside the house. I will say though that I should have trimmed it to be a little bit more exact. Here I'm just putting some Mod Podge on the white part of the house, and unfortunately I did get some along the edge, because as I put the napkin in, of course, some of the edge was, because I didn't trim it down, exactly to size. I had some extra there. It stuck to the sides, so kind of, let's just say it rips when I go to cut it later. So, anyways, here I'm just tapping the napkin into that Mod Podge just so that it doesn't tear on me. Then after that, I take some more Mod Podge and I go over the top of it. And that way it just helps protect that napkin from ripping, supposedly. So after that, I take my X-Acto knife, and here I'm just trying to trim it up. And I don't know if it's because maybe I didn't wait long enough for the Mod Podge to dry, or if it had to do more with the fact that some of it was glued to the side. But it was ripping, so I was really struggling here to try and get that excess off and not rip it. So I do come up with something here in a few minutes that I'll show you, but yeah, it wasn't very easy, I will say. So after that, I thought, okay, I need to kind of help cover the edge, so I'm just taking some jute rope from Walmart and hot gluing that all along the inside part of that house frame. And then after that, I took a tumbling tower block, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the middle part of that house. And then I'm going to hot glue the little ornament that says Holly Jolly right on top of there. And then after that, I took one of these fir branches. You get a pack of them from Dollar Tree. I think I got these last year. And I took some of these little berries that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I twisted them around, and then I am going to hot glue that right on the bottom of the house there. And then I took this package of poinsettias and holly leaves, and I took one, and I'm going to hot glue it right there where the little hole is for that ornament. And then I will take another one and hot glue it right at the top of the house. I love these little holly leaves. I bought a couple package of these because last year I used all the ones that I'd bought, and I went back for more and couldn't find more because they just look really good on all kinds of things. So here it is. I think it came out looking really cute. I love that napkin, and it goes well with our theme of holly berries today. So, and the only thing I think I might need to add a bow somewhere on there, but that's just me. So today's challenge is called Bloom with Grace, and it is a monthly challenge that is hosted by Brenda at Monner's Market. If you don't know who she is, make sure you check out her channel. She is so sweet and she does amazing crafts. So check out her video today and her channel as well as the playlist, and I will have a link to all of them in my description box below. So here is DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I used a football wreath form that I got from Dollar Tree, this material that came from Walmart, all of these greenery picks from Dollar Tree. So here I am cutting with my husband's Dremel this football wreath in half. He was sitting there showing me how to use this, and it actually works really well. It is a little scary to see those flames, but it works really well. But if you don't have a Dremel, then you could use some bigger wire clippers, I'm sure. It was kind of fun, I have to say. After that, I took my material and I am just trimming it down to fit over this football wreath form that now is like a little basket. And if you recreate this, you could, make 2 of these. If you could use one of, each half. I have a different plan for the other half that I'll be doing here in another DIY. So here I am just hot gluing the material to the top. Now, if I were to do this over, I think I would have started by hot gluing the middle part of this. The reason being is because it makes it kind of hard. I wanted the outline of the rims of that football wreath form to kind of be seen through the fabric, if that makes sense. And so after I hot glue the top here, it makes it kind of hard to hot glue the rest of the material to those little lines there. So it would probably be better to maybe even start from the end and work your way over. But see how I'm just hot gluing and rubbing my fingers with the fabric so that way it sticks, and that way you get a little bit of that outline of the football shape, or the basket shape, if you will. If you are new here, I just want to say welcome. I am so glad you're here today. If you like what you see today, and if you like home decor on a budget, as well as holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, and occasional Dollar Tree haul, then hit that subscribe button and become part of our family. I would be so happy to have you join us. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you are notified whenever I upload a video. Usually I upload on Wednesdays, but sometimes I participate in challenges like this and have videos on other days as well. So once you do that notification bell, hit the all. That way you're notified anytime I upload a video. And then make sure you hit that like button and comment. That really helps my channel grow, and I would appreciate it so much. So here I am just finishing up getting it all hot glued to that form. And then I just take my hot glue and run it around the middle, and I'm just folding that bottom piece, the extra piece, right up into that basket, and it just fits in there just perfectly. Okay, and then after that, I took some more jute rope. I tied a knot on the end, and I am just going to hot glue it to the edge there. Now, when I hang it, sometimes I feel like it might lean to the front a little bit. So it might be better to actually bring it down a little bit into the middle part of that section a little bit more. But it's not bad. It's still, especially when it's up against the wall, it still hangs fine. It's just more when I'm holding it. So once I had that one side on, I did another knot, and then I'm going to hot glue this as well. And then this is my hanger. Of course, you could use ribbon. You could just about use, anything you want there. Then I'm just going to hot glue a small piece of floral foam, in that little spot there. And then I'm just taking some picks that I had cut up, and I'm just starting to place them wherever I felt they would look good. And I just start with the white, and then I add some of the red berries, and I think that's all I really added was the red and the white. Then I take this ribbon. I got this from, I think, Walmart last year at Christmas time. And I'm just making a small bow. I just make the awareness ribbon shape and scrunch it up in the middle. Then I take a twist tie and twist it around. And then I'm going to take a little piece of that same ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue that right in the middle of the bow there to cover up that twist tie. And then after that, I'm going to dovetail the ends and fluff the bow and hot glue it right to the middle. Now, I'm not sure I like this bow on there. I might change it out for something like burlap. I didn't really have a bow or something that I felt like was going to work well. So if I find some ribbon that I like a little better, I'm probably going to change this out. So you have to let me know what you think about it. Okay, there it is. I think it is really cute. I just love the idea of using that little form, and I can't wait to show you what I do with the other piece in the future. Okay, here's DIY number 3, sorry. And I used my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I used those 2 signs I got from Dollar General, and then I printed something out with my Cricut. So I'm just going to start off here by painting these tags white, but before I paint them, I had to take off the hangers, leaving them to the side for another project. You always want to keep those things because you never know when you might need them. And in case, I don't think I mentioned, in case you're not aware, today's theme for the Bloom with Grace Challenge is holly berries, which I miss Christmas. So of course, when it came to my turn to pick, I had to pick something Christmassy. So after they were white, or painted white, I had to paint them like 3 times because of that. The words on there is kind of showing through. So I gave them about 3 coats. So here I'm just going to place my saying, which says Jesus is the reason for the season, and I'm going to place that on one of the tag signs. Now, I did not create these I got off of Cricut Design Space, so if you have a Cricut, you can go on there and find it. You could probably easily make it as well. And with this saying, it also had some holly berries, so I'm just taking those holly berries and trying to remember exactly where they were placed or how they were on the sign, and so I'm just putting them on. I could have done this a little different and had it all together, but yeah, I didn't. And then after that, I took that other holly berry and I'm going to attach the sign. So here I'm just trying to lay it where I think it will look best once I have those 2 signs together. And then after that, I'm going to take some of that baker's twine that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to, what am I doing? Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. Okay, so I tied a little knot on the end. Sorry this isn't in view. And I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom about 4 times. And then I will trim it off, tie a knot on the other end, and hot glue that to the back as well. And I do that on both of those tag signs. And again, if you don't like the baker's twine, or if you want to use ribbon or jute twine or do dry brushing to make it more rustic, you know what? This is just for inspiration purposes, so make it your own. Make it the way you like it if you are going to recreate it. And then I'm going to take some of that baker's twine and I'm going to thread it through both of those holes. That way we have a hanger. And then I will just cut it at about the length that I want, but honestly, I think I cut it too long. which is okay because I can just tie a knot at the top and kind of have a loop there. But then here I just put some hot glue on the back and I am just gluing them together. And then I just felt like it needed a little more hot glue, so I just added a little bit more there. Okay, then once I'm done, I'm just gonna tie a knot in that, and then I will just move that knot to the back of those signs so that you don't see the knot, so it's not at the top of the sign, it's hiding in the back. Looks a little more pretty that way. There you go. I think these look so cute. And then I took, of course, another one of those holly berries, and I'm hot gluing it right to the top part there. Then I felt like it still needed something, so I took some more of that twine and I wrapped around my fingers about 3 times, and then I'm just making a little bow. So I take a second piece of twine and wrap it around the middle of my bow there and tie a knot, and then trim off all the pieces, and then I will hot glue it right up above that holly leaf. If you guys want to follow me, you can find me on social media on Facebook and Instagram. And I have a link tree in my description box with the links to both of those, as well as if you want to show me some love and buy me a coffee, the link is in my link tree as well. I would appreciate it. And if you guys recreate any of my creations, let me know about it. I'd love to see what you recreated. Okay, there it is. I think it's really cute. Ugh, I just love it. I think it's so cute. It's so me. Okay, here is DIY number 4. So I'm using this gold wreath form that came in a set of 3 from Dollar Tree. Some different bushes from Dollar Tree, that greenery garland from Dollar Tree. These came from Dollar Tree last year, this little sign from Dollar Tree, and those trees, but I only used the ones actually from Dollar Tree. The other ones were too big. So I started off by painting this white. Once it was painted, I took a couple of tumbling tower blocks and I painted them white as well. And so I'm just going to hot glue that right there. And then I'm adding a little hot glue on the side and attaching this, and then I just hold it there for a few minutes. And I could tell this wasn't going to be real sturdy, and so as you can see, it's kind of falling. So I hurry and I put some hot glue on that other piece and then glue it in, but it still wasn't as sturdy as I hoped. So I took a skewer and I cut it to size, and I put some hot glue right there in the middle and stuck that down, and that really helped keep it sturdy. Then I forgot, I got these lights from Dollar Tree as well just recently, and so I'm taking some floral wire and I am just attaching them to this wreath form. Now, they had some that had the clear wire. If you can find those, I would get those if you're going to do something like this. They had the clear wire. They were out of the clear wire with the white lights. They had them in like blue lights or red lights, and I wanted the clear lights, so I ended up just getting these. But once I had the lights all attached, then I'm just taking this garland from Dollar Tree and I'm just wrapping it all around just to kind of hide those lights, the strings of the lights. Then I just take the picks and I am just wrapping the ends of the picks around that form. So it's super easy. Didn't need any wire, didn't need any hot glue. You could use hot glue if you want, if you feel it's more secure, but they felt really secure, and I was able to get those wires really tight on there. And then I had this bead stretch string that I've had forever, and I'm going to use it with those little ornaments. I'm just tying a little knot here, and then I'm going to tie the long piece around that wreath form. And I originally tried to use the little strings that come with the balls, or the ornaments, but I think if I would have done this maybe before I added the picks, it might have been easier, but the string was falling apart, so I ended up using this bead and stretch stuff instead. So then I hot glued some of those little white bottle, what do they call them? I don't know what they call them. Those little white bristly trees from Dollar Tree. I glued 2 on each end, and then I used some batting to put around them to make it look like snow. And then I'm just going to hot glue some of these little ornaments on the front, and then I take this red ribbon I got from Dollar Tree, I believe, last year, and I'm just hot gluing that around the base. And that is all there is for this one. And there it is. I think it came out really cute. I hope you can see the lights. You can barely see the lights on, but I think it's really cute. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comment box below. And here's the final reveal of everything. I really hope you liked today's video. Let me know in the comment box, and make sure you remember to give me that thumbs up and share this channel, or the channel and video, with your friends and family. And make sure you check out Brenda's video as well as the playlist. And with all that being said, you guys, I will be back soon, so have those notification bells set, and we will see you at the next one. Bye bye.